Okay. Uh, Hello everyone and welcome to Revit Architecture online training program at Scikit Center. And my name is Setu Nandania and I am a Autodesk certified instructor. And let me begin our today's last class with the Revit software where we are going to see how to place drawings on paper, right? So I hope this Revit screen is visible to you all. Here I am entering in my model that we created. Okay, so here we have. Now let's have a solution of your question one by one. Then we will continue with our today's class. So echo with sound. My voice is clear to you all. My voice is repeating. Now it is. Hello, hello. Okay. So please, all the students, it's a humble request. Please mute yourself. Otherwise, this type of problem you will get. Okay, so first of all, let me discuss about the annotation. So here we are on drawing, right? And I want to place some text over here. So go to the annotation. Here these are the options for dimensioning, and here we have text. So click on text, place your text over here and type your text and select it and place it properly, right? If you want to change the text height, everything you will get in your properties panel. Just select it and go to property panel. But if it is uncomfortable to you while you are working with the feet and inches, then temporarily change your unit UN to the millimeter, so it will be understandable. Hit OK and OK. Now select this, go to the edit, and here the text height, where is text size? Here we want 3 mm text size, right? Then hit OK, apply and OK. So I think this text size is enough. Now again convert your unit to feet and inches. Okay, so everything is now in feet and inches. So in this way we can place text with the help of this text button, right? For example, this one is kitchen. Also, if you want to add some arrows over here, then just I am placing this text over here and I want one leader, one arrow. So just select your text and you will get this 4 options over here: the left side arrow, right side arrow, straight arrow, and left side and right side arced arrow. So whatever you want, just click on that and you will get your arrow like this. If you click multiple, you will get multiple arrows, right? And also if you want straight, so you can use straight one. If you want multi arced base, you can use this one, right? And if you want to reduce, by mistake you take some arrows, then you can do this remove last leader. So your last leader will be removed by mistake. If it is came, then you can remove one by one. You can add as many as you want, right? And you can remove also. So these are the options for the leader with text and simple text placement. Now let we discuss about the area plan and room plan. So here we are on level 3 and we will discuss a area plan over here. So for first of all, I want to create a area plan of this drawing. So what we will do, go to the architecture. Here we have room and area calculation. We can create room plan also and we can create area plan also. If you want to create area plan, then first go to the area drop down and click on the area plan. Then you need to select which level you want to convert into area plan. So I want a level 3, this one, right? Level 3, hit OK. Then he is asking that automatically create area boundary. So always say no. We will create our area boundary manually, right? Otherwise it will create some confusions. So over here you will get this area plan and level 3, right? So again we have a drawing over here. This is our floor plan level 3 and this one is our area plan level 3. Now over here we need to create area boundary first, because that automatic area boundary we say no. So click on area boundary and we need to define area, that this is my one area, this room, then this is my another area. So in this way just create your boundaries, whatever rooms you have. And at last we have this one. So from here to here. Okay, click on align this line with this one. Nice. Now choose a pick line option. Where it is, go to the area boundary, choose pick line option and you can choose this edge if it is, but we need to create it. Let me create it like this. Okay, so this is my areas. Okay, sorry, not area, these are just area boundaries. One more over here, click on the area boundary and this is my boundary. And then click on the area again and here we need to convert these boundaries into area now, right? So click on the area and just place that this is my one area, this one is another, this one, this one, this one, this one and this one. So ultimately these all things are known as tags, right? If you want to change the name, just click on that, simply click twice with a slow speed, not double click, just click twice over there and you can change that. This is my bedroom, right? And here we have square feet area. This is my lobby. Then WC over here also. So in this way you can change your names, right? Then the square feet area will be there, that actually calculated, right? We cannot change this area. If you want your area in metric system, if your units, change your unit UN. In the area I want a square millimeter. Okay, then your area will be in square mm. If you want square feet, then keep your area unit in square feet. or if you want in square meters, then keep your unit for the area in square meter. So in this way you will get your output. Also we need to set some precision. So over here precision should be up to 2 decimal place. Okay, so we have this area now. Now if you want to place some color scheme, so for that we have again go to the annotation, and here in the color fill option we have color fill legend. Click on color fill legend, place it on your drawing anywhere, and choose whatever you have. It's area plan rentable. Okay, then hit ok, and here we have a color inside our room, but all the colors are same right now. Why? Because it's representing a building common area. So which type of this area it is, so just select that area and go to the property. Here you will get the area type option. See, area type, and here we have office area, exterior area, floor area, or storage area. So this type of options we have. If you provide this is my floor area, right? So you will get automatically another copy, another name, another category over here with different color. For example, this is my office area, right? I am just choosing, for example, office area. So as we provide the different category, it will prompt with the different color. Also we can provide a category by name, also by area. So just select your tagline, this one, right? And go to the edit on this one. Select your tagline and go to the edit scheme over here. Click on the edit scheme, and instead of this area type, I want a color with area number, for example, right? Hit ok. So here we have individual area number, right? So just select your area and you will get area number. See this one, let's say it's 201, right? Then this one is 202. So in this way, whatever numbers you have provided, in this way you will get this color scheme. For example, select it, go to the edit scheme. I want to provide colors by name, so click on name. Okay, so now whatever name you have provided, you will get a color scheme with the name. Why it is not? Okay, we just have a click ok. Now see, WC, so these are the two, and we have same color for that. We have different color for lobby, different color for bedroom, and the rest also. Similarly, we can choose area also. So go to the edit scheme and click area. So now we have colors, area wise colors. We have this green color for 3 meter square area, this one, right? So it is clear now how to calculate area of your room and how to create a color scheme. Whenever you see a brochure of any scheme that in around you, check that brochure, you will find this type of drawing over there, right? With different colors. Over here you will get legend. So this is again one drawing. Room separator means if by mistake you are creating a big room, then we need to use room separator. I will show you that. Go to the level 2. This is my ground floor plan. And what will happen, see, if I am going to create a room over here, because we do not have facility like area for the room. Room means it will give you just tagline, nothing else. Okay, so that entire thing is for the documentation purpose. So if I'm creating a room and as I go inside a closed boundary, see this entire boundary is detecting as a single room, right? Because we do not have nothing. See, if I go over here, if we have this much room, so this is one room, this is another room, this one is room, this one is room. But when I place over here, it will create a entire area. It will cover this entire area as a single room. So now I want to separate this thing, this kitchen, right? For me, I want to separate this kitchen from here. So use this room separator and draw just line over here. So now it is separate. Now just select this room. See, we have this much room and this kitchen is separate now. You can press your new tag over here. This is room 6. Similarly, I want to separate this bedroom up to this much, right? So just go to the room separator and draw one line. I want to draw from here up to here. Align this one with this one and make sure your room is separated. Yes, so we can provide a different room tag over here. Okay, and also you can place a color region. You can provide a individual name, your room number, and then go to the annotation and place this color region for the rooms by name or any other category. Okay, so here we have same name, so let me change it. Select this legend, edit scheme, and we want by number. Okay, okay, so here we have number 1 with this color, number 2 with this color, right? So in this way you can create a room plan also. But this is for the documentation purpose when we are working with a very huge model, a very huge project. So where everything is depends on the numbering that we are discussing about 101 room, 102 room, 103 room, right? So whatever documentation work is there depends on the room number. So at that time you need this. Now the door tag, let me discuss about the door tag. So here we have these door tags. If you are going to remove these door tags, and how to place it back, it's a very simple task. Again go to the annotate. For that, see all the things, this is also a tag. If you select this room 1, I'm selecting this room 1 and deleting it, but we have room over here. See, room is there, I just have deleted a room tag. This one, right? Delete, and this one also delete, right? So that are just a tags. So if you want your tags back, then go to the annotation, and here we have tag by category. If you click on tag by category, select your individual object, you will get a tag of that object. If with leader, without leader, all the options we have. So just select that, select this, right? But for example, I want to place all the tags at a time, right? Simultaneously at a time. So for example, this tag we do not have, this also we have no deleted, right? And I want to place all the door tags at a time, then go to the tag all. Here we have door tag, room tag, also window tags, right? Area tags also we have. So just select your door tag, click on apply and OK. and you will get all the tags with just single click. Similarly, I want this room tag back. Go to the tag all, click on the room tags, click on the apply. So you will get your room tags again back with the same number, with the same name. Let me go to the area plan. For example, we are deleting these tags, right? But Rabbit will remember each and everything. So what will happen? See, again, go to the tag all, choosing the area tag over here, click on apply and OK. Now see, we have a complete name as we written over there. So everything will be there, right? So now let we continue our work with the drawing creation. Then we will discuss rest of your question. Okay. So how to create drawing sheet, and in your drawing sheet how to place your drawings. So for that, go to the views over here. Yes, because the tag for the window are same. It change by floor. If I am having a window, say I am placing so many windows over here, but the tag number of these windows will be same. Tag number of your window will change by floor only. So if I am going to place my tags for the window, apply and OK. So here we have one, one, right? So all the tags we have one. Select your window, and if you have changed your tag, that type mark 102 or not 1.2, OK and OK. So then your tag will be changed, right? But it will depend on floors. Now let me go to the level 3 and let me create some door or window, or maybe by category also. So let me load some other windows. This one, open and place it. Now go to the annotation, tag and window tag. We have 103, right? So window tag depends on the categories. If you have different types of window, then you will have different types of tags. Okay, so now let me discuss about the drawing placement. And for that, go to the view, and here you will find seat composition panel, and we have a sheet over here, drawing sheet, right? So click on that, and by default it will give you even size drawing paper. Let me grab our metric drawing paper, A3, A2, A0, right? So go to the load. In the metric folder, go to the title block. In the title block we have, these are the papers. For example, I want a A2 size drawing or A3 size drawing or A4 size. So these are the templates we have. Let me grab this A2 size, click on open, and it is here. Then click on OK. So now it is in your drawing. You will get one sheets folder over here, and here we have 101 A101 sheet. Now first of all, how to change the format or the layout of your drawing sheet, right? So for that, just select it, select this layout, and click on edit family, and you can edit your layout over here, or you can create an entire new layout also. You have line tool, these are the drawing tools we have. You can draw your objects, so it will take time, no doubt, but this thing you have to do only once. Then you can save your object or your library as a separate file, and you can use this. So let me delete this logo and go to the insert and image. Let me place our company's logo. mm, where have I put that logo? Here it is. Click on open and place it, and scale it down little bit, place it at the center. So that's it. Now I want to change this website. This is our website, and also contains, if you want to delete it, you can just delete it. If this content is not related to you, then just delete it, or you can use copy paste also, or arrange it yourself. So these are your notes, and in the table, just double click and provide your, where is the insert, click on insert, and revision number, descriptions, date and time. Okay, so these are the insert for column. So in this way you can change your things. Now this owner and project name and the other informations you can directly change from the outside, right? And yes, that's it for the formatting. It will definitely take some time to change it, but you need to work it only for the once, right? And then just save it, and you can call it as many times as you want. Now how to place your drawings in this paper? So for that, go to the views again, and on the bottom you will find this place view option. Below this sheet option we have place view option. Click on this place view, and you will find all the types of view over here, right? We have 3D view, we have area plan, elevations, all the floor plans, all the ceiling plans, section plan also, right? Structural plan also we have. So all the plan views or all the types of views that we have in the project browser you will get over here. For example, I want to bring floor plan level 2. Click on add to sheet and place it. So this is your level 2 floor plan. So whatever you have placed in your level 2 will be visible over here, right? Whatever things, for example, I am going here and I am going to change my visibility graphics. So select your level and I am going to change my view range up to unlimited. So what will happen, we are choosing a realistic mode. See, we have chosen a realistic mode, right? Now go to the drawing sheet. So whatever changes you have done in your level 2 will automatically reflect over here, right? Now the best thing, when this is our A2 size paper, right? And when you are going to print this page, the text height will be 3 mm. When you measure this height, it will be 3 mm. So this is a proper scaled drawing. Now for example, I want to scale it down. So go to the level 2 again, and here we have scale, but these fits and inches scale are not difficult to understand. So let me convert our unit temporary to the millimeter. Okay, so now we have a scale over here, that is 1 gem 120. Let me go with the 1 gem 100. So what happens, our text is going to smaller, but this is not the exact thing. Go to the drawing paper and see, our drawing is going to scaled up. Text will be as it is. These have 3 mm height, so it will remain as it is. For example, I am again going to level 2 and I am changing it to 1 gem 50. So you notice that these tags are going smaller and smaller, but this is not the thing that happens. Go to your paper and you will get exact idea that instead of that text, our drawing is going to enlarge. Our drawing is going to scaled up. Text will remain as it is on your paper. So whatever text height you have provided will be on your paper, right? So it will always readable. So you don't need to change the text height, or you want need to scale it up or scale it down. So it will adjust automatically as per your scale. Now the thing is, this is a quite big area, right? And I just want this much thing in my drawing, nothing else. I don't need this much area over here. So how to choose or how to crop your area? So go to your level 2 and let me convert it into a wireframe first. Okay, now to set your view range or view area, we have two options over here: crop view and show crop region. So first of all, click on show crop region. So this region is actually going to place on our paper. So I'm selecting it and going to shrink it down up to this point. I want only this much thing in my drawing, from the top up to this point, from this side only this much thing, and from this side only this much thing, right? Now go to your drawing sheet and see, we have only that thing now, right? But it is not going to fit on our paper. So what we need to do, we need to scale it down. So let's have a custom scale of 1 gem 75 and go to the drawing again and check your scale is proper. Okay, I think now it's going to fit properly. One more thing, whatever things you have with the annotation means that thing which is for only plan view purpose, not for the 3D purpose. For example, this one, this is for the plan view purpose. So this thing is not going to crop with your crop region. See, we have crop region over here, but this bubble is there. We have a crop region over here, but this line is up to this point. So we have, if I place my this legend tag outside my region, then also it will be visible in my drawing. Are you getting me? See, it is still visible. So that thing doesn't depend on your view range. For example, I want to place a section plan of this one. See, here we have a tagline also. So select this tagline and place it below your drawing. Now over here I want to place a section plan of for the first floor only. So the another method to call your drawing over here, that is you can drag and drop. For example, I want to drag this section 1. So drag it and drop it on your paper. So in this way you can place your drawing also. Now I want only my first floor, right? So what we will do, go to the section plan. Here in the crop region I'm just taking it down. I just want my first floor things. In a 3D view you can choose or provide the same scale over here, 1 gem 75, right? And the rest of the things is fine. Make sure these are small enough, this grid line and all. And also let me go with the wireframe mode. Now go to the paper, and here we have that. Let me align them. So go to the align. So here we will choose, so this align is not going to work, no problem. So we need to place it properly. Okay, select your tagline, place it below. So it will represent that this is my section 11 and this much is the scale. And if you change this section 1, right click it and rename it. This is my first floor section view. So your tagline will be in that way. Instead of this level 2, now you can change. Just select it, right click and click on rename, and it's my or ground floor, right? So in this way your tag will be over here. Also you can place images and 3D views also, right? So side view, repeat, buffering sometime. Okay, so we will go slowly. To call any views, right, we have two options. First you can go to the view, and here we have place view, and you can grab any view from here. That I want a floor plan for level 3 add to sheet, and here we have that floor plan, right? but it's a quite big one. So what we need to do, go to the level 3, and whatever setting you are going to do over here will be there. So first of all, for the level 3 we will set our view range, associate with level 3. Okay, then visibility graphics, and in the visibility graphics we don't need this site. Apply annotation category, why still this topography is visible? Ceiling, column, stair, door, equipment, floor, lighting fixture, light mask, site we have turned off. Yes, topography we have. So turn off that also. Click on apply and OK. So now this topography is invisible. So go to your paper and see, that will be removed from there also. Now I want only this much thing, right? So we can set our range. So go to the level 3 and set your crop view. Turn on your view, crop view, and then set it whatever you want to show in your drawing. So I just want, for example, I just want to place a drawing for this room only, right? That's my requirement. So if I choose only this much, so only this much thing is visible in my drawing. Go to this it and see, we have only that room, nothing else. So go to the level 3 again and set your view range that much, only that much, that you want to place in your paper, and set your visual style also in that way that you want to show. For example, you choose a realistic, then whatever floor, carpet over here, whatever flooring material you have given, right? So that everything will be visible like this. But for the drawing purpose, it is not recommendable. So it's always good with the wireframe. Then go to the drawing again. Make sure your scale is proper. Let's have 1 gem 50 or 1 gem 100. So now we have a drawing. Place it here, and the tagline, select it and place it below, and select your drawing and shrink this down tagline, right? So this is my level 3 drawing with 1 gem 100 scale. Now next I want to place one render image over here. So actually we do not have a rendered image. So let me create a 3D crop view. So here we have a 3D view of our model, right? And I want a, just right click and click a duplicate. So we have one more copy of 3D view. Now what we will do, we have a 3D crop view also. Like this, we have a crop region for 2D. Similarly, go to the your properties of your view, and here you will find this section box. Click on that and you will get this much big box. So this is our 3D crop view. Just shrink it down that I won't need this much thing. Actually we cut more than that. Okay, now from this side, from this side, or you can view it from the top, so it will be easier for you to set. Right, now view it from the front. For example, I just want to see this ground floor. Take this thing up to this point. So what will happen, see, we have a furniture layout. Whatever furniture you have over here, it will be visible from the bottom. This much thing we have, so let me take it up to this point. Right, so this is our 3D crop view. If you want to place entire model, then it is also fine. Okay, now just turn off this show crop region and go to the drawing sheet again. This is the 3D copy one. Go to your paper and drag this 3D copy one over here. So this is the another method, right? And I want to scale it down. So again go to here and it should be 1 gem 200. Let me check. Okay, now it is fine. So I'm going to place it over here, and this is the tagline. Right, also you can place your 3D view also. So are you getting me? So all the types of views you have in your project browser you can place. Do we have any ceiling workout? No. Let me place this call out view. And this detail view we have over here. So go to the drawing and I want to place that call out view. So drag it and drop it on the screen and set your scale. Go to your view and let's say 1 gem 25. uh, Crop view, and it is fine. Just reduce this length. Okay, now go to the paper. See, we have only that room with this much bigger scale, right? So if you want to place a detailed view of any particular room, you can also place. Tagline will come automatically. Whenever you are dragging any drawing, you will get a tagline for that. For example, I am dragging this south elevation. Drag and drop it, and see, we have a tagline with that south and this much scale. So I think it is clear now how to create your drawings with proper scale, right? So whatever things you will do, for example, now we have this level 3 and I'm going to the level 3 and going to place some dimensions over here at a dimension from this face to this face, then from this one to this one. So whatever things you are going to provide will automatically reflect on your drawing, right? Now go to the paper and see where it is. So level 3 and it is not visible. Okay, we provide that in ceiling plan. Sorry, I also going to confuse. See, we have annotations. Now just change your unit again. Everything, scale and everything is proper. Then again come back to feet and inches. And everything will be in feet and inches. Even your scale also. But scale we have provided 1 gem 100. Scale is a unitless thing, right? So the unit doesn't matter over there. So it is clear now. Okay, good. Now let me discuss some topics regarding rendering. Okay. So for the rendering, first of all, let me see how to place our camera. So here I am on level 1 and I want to place one camera from the outside to this view, right? So go to the particular level, then place your camera. Camera you will find in the view option also. In the 3D views, we have camera. Just place it and take this is your view range. If you place it up to this point, then your model will not going to visible. So stretch it a bit and click over there. So this is your camera view, right? And your model. So we do not have much facility over here in the camera placement and the camera properties. Just select it and see. Crop is there, set elevation is there, and target elevation. Let me increase this target elevation so our view will be a little bit up, our eyes should be little up. So target elevation should be at 12 feet. Apply. So go to the 3D view, sorry, go to the camera view. This, now our view is little bit up. Set your range properly, then change your model to the realistic so it will be visible. Now type RR. RR is the short key for that rendering. So RR, and you will get this rendering dialog box. where what you want to render. So when you place a camera, your model will be a perspective model, right? Here we have a perspective effect. And if you render it directly from the 3D view, then it will be your orthographic projections or orthographic view you will get, right? So always place your camera so you will get a perfect perspective view effect. See what is perspective? This portion is close to the eye, so we have a bigger view. Then as we go far away, it will give you a small wall height over there, right? But as we all know that the wall height for this thing is same up to the end, but due to this perspective effect you will get this type of thing, right? Then here we have a setting that quality, that draft quality, low quality, medium, best, high, and custom also we have. So let me go with the medium one. Also resolution as per our screen, or you can provide a printer resolution also, 150 dpi, 300 dpi. Do you know what the meaning of dpi? And here you will get that pixel resolution, width and height of your image. If you go with the 600 dpi, we can say it's a 4K image. DPI means dot per inch. So per inch 600 dots will be there. 600 pixels will be there. Right? That is our DPI. So let me go with the screen option, and then for the lighting, what you want to use, sunlight only, sunlight and artificial light. So if you have provided any lights over here that we learned while that ceiling workout, right? So if you provided any lights, then your artificial light, choose this sunlight and artificial light. If you want to render night scene, then choose only artificial light, right? So these are the options we have. Let me go with the sunlight, and here we have sun setting. So I want a still condition. You can choose date and other parameters. Today sun should be at 10 a.m. morning at from the level 1, apply and OK. So you will get that type of lighting effect. Now the background, no clouds or few clouds or very cloudy. Then here we have hazy atmosphere. So if you want a foggy atmosphere, then you can increase this hazy effect, right? If you want a clear sky, then go with the clear one. Now click on the render first with the medium quality or draft quality. So see here we have a background with sky, right? But we won't get a particular clouds. Yes, we have, these are the clouds, right? But it's a very cloudy. Now let me go with the few clouds and render it. So we have a very clear sky over here on the top. See, we have only few clouds around that. Let me change this scene to the 11 a.m. So we have a more lighting effect. Yes. Right. So these are the renderings. See, we have a complete glass effect, wood panel effect, right? Then if you want to save this image in your computer, then click on export. And if you want to save this image in your project, then save to project. 3D view 3-1. Okay. And here we have rendering output, this one. And also we can place that render image in our drawing sheet. I want to place it over here. click, drag and drop it on the screen, right? So it is clear now. Now if you have any question, then you can ask me. Hello students. Can you show walkthrough? Okay, let's have a look with the walkthrough. But in this model, we do not have that much arrangement. So let me open a new model. If I have, let we go with this one. Shaded. So we want to create one walkthrough animation, right? So first of all, go to the south and check your elevation. We will do our walkthrough on level 1. Okay, fine. So go to your level 1 and find the position where you will start. So for the walkthrough, see, we will begin from here, for example, right? So go to the view and here we have walkthrough. Click on walkthrough, and offset we have everything is in millimeter. Change your unit to the fits and inches. Okay, okay. Now again go to the view and walkthrough animation from level 1, 5 feet and 6-inch offset. So this is our eye level, right? Every human have this much height. 5 feet 6 inch is common height. So our camera is also at 5 feet 6 inch from level 1, and we are beginning from here. And see, these are the key points. When you click, it will create a key points. So then we will enter in this room. We will view in this direction and a little bit over here, and then we will view around this side, and we will go at this window and finish, right? So this is our tiny walkthrough. Now select your walkthrough, edit walkthrough, and here we have total 300 frames. See, these are the frames, total 300 frames we have. So for example, I want, click on open walkthrough and click on the 0 frame, right? Open, edit and click on play. So this type of view we have. So I think speed is fine enough, right? So let we discuss each of them in detail. So first of all, in the beginning, at this position 0, I want to edit this and click on active camera, so we can actually set our camera properly. So for this time I'm just focusing at the beginning. I want to look at my model. My view range should be far away, and also my camera, select your camera, and we have the target. Okay, so it is fine. Now take your frames from here to the next frame, for example 25. So our camera will be here. Try to reach your nearest key points, and now just click on your key point, edit, select your key point, go much more closer, so it's 52, and now select this key point. Okay, so now it is on that key point properly, and at that point I want to view my camera again in this direction, right? So see, from 1 we have this way, and then 10, then let me go to the next 100. So this is also fine at the direction. Then 150. Okay, at this point now I will start looking from this side on this garden area. So just select to the nearest key point and view it in this direction. Then again taking to the next key point and want to view it again in this direction. Then the next one. Now start your heading in this direction, then this much. Okay, we are fine. Again little straight. Then when we reach this point our head is fine. Then this point, it is okay. But now we want to look over here, and up to this point our eye should be in front of glass, and then the rest is fine. At the end we will view like this area I want to view. Okay, so in this way we actually set our eye level. Now go to the walkthrough and click on the edit walkthrough. Set your camera frames on 1 and right click and click on open edit walkthrough and click on play. So see, our eyes are in front of that model right now. Now when you export this thing, you have couple of options. Go to the export, and here animation walkthrough, and here we have some option. And we have 300 frames, so it will be a 20-second video if we go with the 15 frames per second. Then format. For example, if you choose a rendering output, right? So your all 300 frames will going to render one by one, and you will get that output. But for now, let me take a realistic output, right? And hit OK. And going to save that on the desktop with the name P1 walkthrough 1. Save. Full frame uncompressed. OK. So now it may take too much load also, right? It is just a realistic view render output, not the just a realistic view walkthrough animation. This is not the rendered output. If you want a rendered output, then it will take too much load. So it's quite simple and easy. If you want a short clip or small videos, right? So it is clear now about this walkthrough animation. Also, you can adjust or you can vary your speed of your walking speed or camera speed and all. But still, we have only this much settings with the walkthrough.
Gaya.
We are attending our 3ds Max class. Then that software is for the visualization purpose, right? With the paint option, my friend, in the modify, you will get a paint option. With that, you can paint your individual
अब
faces.
लग रहा है 8 पे जाएंगे। चलो देखो मत, इसको मत देखो भाई। नहीं तो छह भी पड़ रहा है, 6 अच्छा पे। सॉरी सर, भाई आ गया था।
Actually, I'm not able to cancel
क्यों की
this
तेरी?
animation, so we need to wait.
सॉरी सर, ये पीछे से तंग कर रहा है भाई। सॉरी सॉरी। मार, अब कैमरा ऑन
Uh,
करूं सर फिर?
for that, we need to install a Baruster first, Sagun, and Baruster you will get from the library. So the glass panel is also a Baruster. Just let this animation finish, and then I will show you.
क्या?
Please mute your mic if you won't have any question. ये बंदा बीच में आ रहा है हमारे एनिमेशन में। No, it is not that much simple, right? So actually we can, but it is not that much simple. So you will see we are not even able to open this door in this software. So except your camera, everything will be stable, right? We do not have that type of controls in this software. So we go all the way inside this window or door. And I will show you that file size. These are just a realistic mode output. This is not the render output, right? And let's have a look how much file size we have for this 20-second video. It is done. And see, this is the property of our video, and the size of this video is 283 MB. So it's a quite big size, right? Just in a realistic mode output. So here I am going to share you that video file. So we have a very not that much result we have, just a simple one. See, it is visible. That video screen was visible to you. Okay. So that's it. Now for the railing bar rooster, this glass placement. See, first of all, you need to go to the insert, and you need to go to the load family. And from here, go to the railing in your Imperial library. Go to the railings, and here we have bar roosters. And from here, you will find this glass panel bar rooster also, with stud, without stud, right? So just load them, and then you can use that as your bar rooster in your railing, right? So when you create a railing, okay, now go to the 3D view, select your railing, click on edit, and take a duplicate one. Okay, Now go to the barometer placement, and from here you can choose your glass panel. We have two types of glass panel. So this is our glass panel with 24-inch. Click on OK. OK. So see, we have 24-inch glass panel over here, and also you can change the spacing, that it should be 2 feet 6 inches or 2 feet 6 inches. Click on apply and OK. So in this way we have these glass panels, right? Your barometer family is not working. Do you have the same library that you have your Revit version? For example, if you are having a Revit 2019, then you should have 2019 library. 2017 you have. Then make sure your library is also with the 2017 version or lower than that. Okay. So that's it for today, friends. So it's from 2015. So just try it again, right? Remember that name of your bar rooster when you are going to load. Remember that name, because we need to find with the name. If you click over here, go to the here, select your railing, edit, and the bar rooster placement. Here we need to remember that name, that which thing we have loaded, right? So for that, remember the name of your bar rooster when you are loading it. So that's it. These are the our 10 days journey with the Revit architecture software. So I hope you all enjoyed this session a lot, and you can share your comment also, that how was our this 10 days journey and your experience and ideas that are very valuable for me. Welcome Sandeep. Welcome Sagun. I have learned many things from this session. Good. Okay friends, so stay connected with the Scicad Center and also subscribe our YouTube channel. You will get so many videos and other informations from there, right? And if you have any query or problem, or if you need any kind of solution with this software in the design field, you can contact us. Okay, see you then.